Listen, I'm back on the road again, been popping them Zans, this shit just might be my demise. Too many ops out here that's posing as friends, these niggas gon' wear a disguise. Why you betray my trust? I thought it was love, but the shit doesn't come by surprise. Nothing as real as the same when you trace your drink.
Okay, we are officially in Dubai. Tomorrow have a conference within like e-commerce that I'm going to. And besides this 2-day conference, I literally have zero plan for Dubai. I know no one here and I have not like planned anything at all. So we're really just taking it as it comes. Hopefully, I mean, the plan is to meet people tomorrow, to meet people the following days, as it's a 2-day conference, and then kind of take it from there. Ideally make plans with them and just see where things go. So it's like a little bit like, what the hell am I doing? But also like, I feel like that's part of life. Just sometimes have no plan, see what happens. Feel like it adds a little bit of spice to this thing we call life. Anyways, I'm exhausted. I'm about to shower, knock the hell out, and get up bright and early. Let's do it.
I already told y'all, then I showed y'all. Blam blam, then I drove off.
Alright, so it is currently morning, and as such, the first day of the event. So I'm about to get some breakfast, head over, try to be social and learn a bit, and then literally just see where it goes. So,
yeah,
let's get it.
Going through some trying times, I'm not the only one. The road to success is a lonely one. I used to have a best friend, he was a phony one. I hate when niggas always acting like you.
Okay, just got back from event. Took like a 20-minute nap and about to leave again to a cigar lounge. Well, food and then cigar lounge. And networking just again reminded me that there are levels to this. Like, I met this group of 2 guys that were doing 3 to 4K per day. Orders, not revenue. 3 to 4K orders per day, which is nuts. I also have key takeaways in my notes, which I'll go over a bit later. I'm just in a rush. I'm exhausted. Oh my God, I'm so tired. I've literally had like 5 or 6 coffees so far. I'm about to have another 2 right now.
And I heard him say, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today.
So just got back to the hotel. It's currently 2 a.m. So I literally just spent the past 5 hours at the cigar lounge. But it was really nice because I was surrounded by multiple people doing 10, 15K days. And just like speaking to them, brainstorming, etc. And getting ideas on different things I can maybe implement or test. Such as having specific landers before the product page, like Advetorials. But like most of the stuff like we were talking are things that I already know and things that I'm already doing. So it's nice to get that validation that pretty much just need to continue down the current path, and success is inevitable. Like, we're doing the right things. It just takes time. Inevitably, we're going to scale to those 10, 15, 50, 100K days. Oh, so I forgot if I said this, but I actually earlier today purchased another like conference / event for 2 more days after this current one. And it's like a completely separate event. This one's primarily on the marketing side of things. And the second one is on just e-commerce specific. And it's like 215 people that are all like killing it within e-commerce. So I think that's going to be sick. Insane network, insane education. With that being said though, that's it.
And I heard him say,
I have been busy all day. Completely forgot to film. I've just been going to panels, networking, shaking so many hands, and just networking so much. Completely forgot to film, but I am exhausted. Like, I think I've spoken to more people over the past 48 hours than I have over the past literally like over 100 days. Just so much networking. And it's good because that's what I came here with the goal of doing, but it's also exhausting. One thing I want to quickly mention now of similarities between a lot of these people that I see within e-commerce that are doing well, which I'm currently not doing, is Advetorials. I've heard so many people that are doing extremely well, millions per year, $1 million plus per month, have Advetorials, and that's something that we haven't done, and it's something that we've been looking into. So that is definitely one of like the first things I'm gonna do when I'm back in the States, back in Miami, is start cooking Advetorials. Okay guys, I just got back from another networking event, and like all I can say is that my mind has like absolutely been blown over the past few days. Like, I am literally one of the smallest fish in the room, and like it seems like everyone's doing like 8 figures. Not everyone, but like the amount of people that are absolutely printing is obscene, and it's literally nothing to them. Like, you see your influencers online posting and bragging about like 300, 500K per month. These dudes are making millions per month and is literally nothing to them. And it's less like the lessons learned by being through these rooms and more just like showing how achievable it is, and like how that is literally just normal reality for so many people, and how that can be normal reality for you too. because like it's literally just putting in the work. And there are some key takeaways that I've had. Like I was speaking about Advetorials. Some other things I'm going to implement are like I'm going to expand to other geos, which are geographics, stuff like that. I'll later go more in depth on the actual actionable things to do. But like being in these rooms shows me the importance of being in said. Nope, getting a phone call from the hotel, one sec. But like being in these rooms is showing me the importance of being in said rooms, because you're just exposed to so much more. It shifts your perception on money and on achieving these numbers. Oh, they're calling again. Okay, hold on. Hello? Hello? All right, they just called twice and just no one speaks. Lost my train of thought a bit, but first of all, it showed me that I need to go on more of these trips. But also, like, it absolutely 100% reassured my decision of dropping out of college. Because, like, in what other world would I be meeting with and networking such high-level people? And, like, it's not that they're just, like, making a good amount of money, but they're also just cool people overall, like, people that I'd be friends with and so forth. Like, it's one thing if they're just, like, making money, but if they're also have a similar mindset, they want the same things out of life, and they're also just, like, fun people to be around, like that is ideal. Like I'm not just going to be friends with someone because they're making a lot of money. Like that doesn't mean much to me. Like you have to be a good person overall. And like I met a lot of people that are good people and they're also have good goals, aspirations, and they're doing a lot. And I feel like being in college wouldn't have allowed me the opportunity to meet these people. And that's like the main thing. It's like meeting people, networking, sharing ideas, and just like living a full life and having like experiences with other people. Anyways, I am exhausted. Not sure if that made too much sense, but I've only eaten one meal today, waiting for some room service. Gonna eat that, about to shower, and knock out. Now that is some good room service.
Running the road, that's bad news. Gang affiliated tattoos. The stakes is high like wagon.
Okay, so a couple main takeaways. So today I had like a mastermind, so it's more educational, still a lot of networking, but few main takeaways from, I guess, like the value in the presentation. First of which, need to build a better funnel to pretty much increase our AOV. So after a customer checks out, need to be much more intentional with the first offer that is presented, and ideally look into ones that's really gonna boost our AOV even more. Currently, what we're doing is more of the same product at a discounted price. However, for that first upsell that you show the customer after purchasing, they're at the most emotional state and they're willing to pay much, much more. So what I want to do is I want to charge more for the first product and not just have it be more of the same thing, but rather have something more expensive that will help them achieve their desired outcome quicker, better, whatever it is. And then test having the more of the same thing as the downsell or the second upsell, because that's much lower ticket and many people take that offer. So I think that'd be better if we show that after like the main one, and then have like the main one be main AOV booster, and then we boost AOV even a little bit more with the second upsell, which is more of the same thing. For those of you who do not know, AOV is pretty much just average order value, which is how much on average does each customer pretty much give you for an order. Next thing is focusing more on iterations of winning creatives and testing a lot. Like recently we've just been doing like hook tests, stuff like that, but like 80-20 applied to creatives and 80% focused on iterations, 20% on net new concepts. And also beyond that, on the creative side of things, I talked about how I wanted to try Advetorials, which is something we are gonna do. I also want to experiment with VSLs. So those are two main things that I really want to experiment with that really change your sales process. A VSL is like a long form video advertisement. Advertorial is pretty much like a page, why you need this product, or like a story from the point of view of the customer. Pretty much engage with the customer some more, build some more authority behind the solution that you're selling, and just like show use cases and so forth. So then when they land on the product page, they've spent more time with your brand, they're more involved, etc. And like they're much higher to convert. They're more likely to pay a lot more for the product or for the solution that you're giving them. Anyways, I feel like I just spewed a lot of random stuff, but I am about to shower and go to bed, and then have to be up bright and early, like 6:30, 7 a.m. Let's get it. Okay, so first time using this mic, no idea how it sounds, but currently in the airport about to fly back to Miami. A few things to talk about the event before I board my flight. Hopefully you could actually hear me with this. First of all, some of these things may be repetitive, but I feel like there are a lot of takeaways, and I'll likely create like entirely separate video on my main takeaways, as I literally interacted like over 100 people that are killing it within e-commerce and so forth. And one of the main things is honestly that it opened my eyes. And like before, like I had absolutely no doubt that I'm gonna be successful. Like I never had that sort of doubt or like those limitations on my mindset. However, I feel like going to these events and meeting these people, like I just have so much more confidence that I'm gonna achieve my goals and do so further than my expectations and even quicker than I believe. There are dudes in this event doing 8 figures in the US, like targeting the US and English speaking countries, creating advertisements, and English wasn't even their first language. So if these guys who literally English isn't their first language can write killer ads and print 8 figures per year without being native to the language, why can I not? There is no reason that they can do it and I cannot as well. And I feel like I had a limiting mindset where I felt like I wasn't worthy prior to this event or these events to network with people doing 8-9 figures, and I felt like I needed to be at a higher scale before I could network with these people. But through these events, I was talking with, holding conversations with, and making friends with people doing 8 or 9 figures, and it showed me that like me, myself, you yourself as a human being speaks so much more volume than just like monetary value or like just like monetary numbers like on a screen. Well, it's more than just a screen. If you yourself as a human being are a great person and have just developed yourself, like you don't need to be making 8 figures per year. Like authentically be yourself, be someone these people enjoy being around and can hold a decent and enjoyable conversation with, and like it's not that deep. Like you don't need to be absolutely killing it. If you're striving towards greatness, like that is okay, even if you haven't achieved said greatness yet. And you shouldn't stop yourself from getting into these rooms and holding these conversations and meeting these people just because you're not absolutely printing yet. Now, on to some more, I guess, like actual things. Some of these I may have repeated. I'm gonna try and go through these pretty quick. First of all, importance of these events. Like if you haven't gone to these events before, this is my first time. I'm gonna definitely start doing it more. Like you just learn a lot, you meet new people, and you're just exposed to a lot of new ideas and thoughts. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. Next, expand to more countries. Okay, so mid-recording that clip, my microphone just broke. So, back in Miami now, picking up where I left off. I believe last thing I said was about expanding to more countries. Right now we're just US, but a lot of people I spoke to at the event were cooking in just Europe. Like, just Europe. And I was like, okay, why are we limiting ourselves to just the US when we could be targeting Canada, the UK, Europe on a whole, New Zealand, Australia, and so forth. Like, there's no reason to limit ourselves to just the US. Next is AOV, and to increase our average order value. Like there are dudes who have like a $35 product but have a $150 AOV because they just built out really good funnels to pretty much just increase the amount of money they make from every customer. And the thing is, if you have a higher AOV, you can outspend and outscale your competitors because you just have such healthier margins to work with. So gonna really work on building, or currently are working on building, better funnels to increase our average order value. Next is like, when something is working, don't overthink it and try and find another thing that works to replace it. Like double down on what's working instead of trying to find a new thing that works. Instead of focusing a lot on creating new creatives, like 80% of our new creatives, even maybe 90% of our creatives are going to be iterations of what's working. Changing the hook, changing the lead, changing the body, changing the CTA. If there's something that works, double down on it, create iterations and changes to it to make it even better. And lastly is Advetorials and VSLs. This is just something we haven't looked into at all, but like so many people I speak to are running Advetorials. Currently, what we're doing is we have the creative, they click on that, then they go to the product page. And Advetorial is like a bridge, it's like the middle ground. So you go creative to Advetorial to product page. So it's pretty much like an extra step that warms up the audience, and it's like, it's a bridge that they don't seem like they're being sold to. It's like from the angle of a news source, 7 reasons why, etc. And I think that for the product we're doing right now would work very well. So it's something we're definitely going to look into and implement because like, yeah, there are people just hooking with it. Oh, so if you have any questions regarding anything I talked about in the video, whether it be like the things to implement, ways to meet new people, whatever it is, feel free to comment down below. I always try and respond. But anyways, that's it for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed and got something of value. And as always, I will see you guys next week. Peace.